tiny little red car I'm driving right now is the Toyota GR86. It's pretty famous in the automotive world right now. People are clamouring to get their hands on one. People are even taking it racing. Hello, AR12. And in fact, it was so famous and popular that within about 30 minutes of it being released, it sold out. I'm not sure how many they planned to make. Like, when it released, I think it was like 28,000. And all of them had gone within half an hour. Just gone, like that. It's very impressive that a car sells that well. Now, you might be thinking, you know, when you see this body, that's a Subaru BRZ. And you'd be right. This is the successor to the infamous Toyobaru Coupe, the Toyota GT86. And the reason it's called the Toyobaru Coupe is because it was a joint project with Subaru. Toyota sold the GT86, and Subaru sold the BRZ, and the two cars were exactly the same. For some reason, everybody chose the Toyota where I live, but apparently over in the States, they bought more BRZs. There was also a third version called the Scion FRS that literally no one cared about, and now Scion are bankrupt. They'll definitely be missed. They won't. Nobody actually cared about them where I live. But Toyota liked this, and so did the automotive world. People really did like the Toyota GT86. It was easily modifiable, and even without mods you could still drift it easily because it had the tyres from Toyota Prius, which were special eco tyres that didn't have much grip. Anyway, so, when they took it off sale, Toyota made a successor, again with Subaru. This time it's now the GR86, but Subaru still kept the BRZ badge. And the reason it's called the GR86 is because of Toyota's Gazoo Racing division, which are the people that take normal-ish Toyotas and hot them up. Think the Toyota GR Supra, although that's literally just called the Supra. Bad example. But then there's also the Yaris GR and the Corolla GR. And then there's also loads of different versions of them, but do not get me into a rant about how many cars use the parts from each other and how many versions of cars there are that are all exactly the same. Not today. Now, the reason the automotive world was so happy with the original GT86 was because it was a cheap rear-wheel drive car. Now, I'm going to try my best to explain it to you all without being boring. Rear-wheel drive is where the back wheels of a car get all the power, obviously. People like that more because it means that the cars don't understeer, they oversteer. Understeer is where when you turn, the front of the car goes straight on, and this usually happens in front-wheel drive cars because the front wheels are doing all the steering and getting all the power. Rear-wheel drive cars oversteer more because the weight is much more evenly distributed and the power is all going to the back. The automotive world likes oversteer more than understeer because understeer is just, well, not fun. But oversteer, you can easily control it, and it looks good. Now, rear-wheel drive cars tend to be much more expensive to develop than front-wheel drive ones because it's to do with connecting the engine to the wheels. Because they're at opposite ends of the car, so it's more expensive and more fiddly and difficult to do. Unless the car's mid-engined or rear-engined. Usually rear-engined, because mid-engine causes even more chaos. Don't even go there. So when Toyota announced the GT86, which cost about 25 grand, I think, the automotive world went absolutely chaos. And loved it. And now they've done it again with the GR86. And the automotive world loves it again. Toyota know their market. They also know that their market for the Mark IV, Mark V Supra is too stupid to realise it's a BMW Z4. Oops, I'm ranting again. Now, to stop myself from ranting, I'm actually going to get into the review. First of all, the power. The GR86 is 225 horsepower, 25 more than the GT86. Or at least that's in real life. This one's tuned and is actually pretty quick. It's very light, but because I've added all the power, it goes. It's really good. It's nice and light, nimble, zippy. Good stuff. But the better thing about the GR86 and GT86 was how they were in the corners. They were light and they were nimble and they were rear-wheel drive. And it seems that that has been, how do I say it? Mirrored in-game. Like, this is a good car to turn with. Hugs the apexes really well. Brakes are really good, actually. So, like, you can slow down just like that. But I think my favourite thing is the fact that it's still fun. It's not a nerdy car for corners. It's just stick it in, power, sometimes a little bit of braking, and it goes. So it's easy, but it's enjoyable. And I like that. But my question is how well it's going to do on the race circuit. The original GT86 was quite slow, but it was fun, so people liked that. How's this one going to be? Let's go. Hug the apex of the corner. You don't really have to take much time to care about your lines, because you can just go and then adjust it inside the corner. That's a good thing. The fact that I can adjust which way my car's going in the corner is a positive thing. It's also really helpful. A little bit of braking around Lake Turn. And now for the downhill section. Keep it in wide. Oh, actually hit the wall there. And then the other wall. 36.98. So 37 seconds pretty much. That's quite an impressive time. And now, as we close off the video, I'm going to reveal to you this car's alter ego. It's got a really quite cool wide body kit. Which means that not only does it appeal to the petrol heads that want just a nice lightweight sports car, it also appeals to the street racers and people. But now it has a problem. Because it's not the first car to be like this. Not even the first Toyota. There's also the Mark IV Toyota Supra, which also has the credentials of being a movie car. So, which one should you buy? Well, the GR86 is £3 more expensive. And supposedly it accelerates slower, which I don't believe. It definitely turns and brakes better, and is also 1 mile an hour quicker. So, I personally would rather have the GR86. But also, there's the Fast and Furious argument for the Supra. But the better car here is definitely the GR86. So on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Sorry for being gone for so long. I won't do that again. At least not now. But the better thing about the GT/GR86 was how it was in the corners. Oh, I am Please stop turning.